So it came down to a 4th and 4 play for the New England Patriots. Mac Jones throws to Mike Gesicki, who does not win a one-on-one coverage break. Instead, flips it to Cole Strange. And this time,
that was a first down.
Instead of Cole Strange pushing it, throwing it back to another player for it to be returned, just like the Raiders game. Instead, Cole Strange did his best impersonation.
Yeah, but look, he makes it. It's a first down.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see
how come they didn't. Did they show what's the replay show on that play?
It was very interesting to see exactly, if the ball did get off. It was a weird reversal, I think.
They could have given him the first down there.
It was unfortunate.
They really could have given him the first down. Come on.
It was unfortunate.
It was so close. Why not give him the first down? Why did they not give him the first down? They're playing at home.
Right.
They got one of the toughest schedules in the NFL.
Yeah.
Give him a break. One break. Come on, a first down.
You can't give him a break there. Now,
they don't give him a break. They hate Bill Belichick.
Here's the thing. I don't know. Usually when you overturn something, and we're going to get into the question in a second, but usually when you overturn something, there has to be, concrete proof in the other direction. Even the announcers, they were questioning exactly where the ball was from that other angle. I couldn't even really see the ball. So if the refs saw something that we didn't, that is what it is. But that ball was incredibly close. Now,
I think they should have called. Why didn't they just call the first down and then review it?
That's what they did. Right. They called the first down.
Oh, they did call the first down.
And they reviewed it, yeah.
And then the review turned it over?
The review turned it over, yeah.
That comes from New York, or they do it?
I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, I think it's from New York.
Hey, let's get into this question, though. So, once again, second week in a row, the Patriots failed to convert on a 4th down late in the game, driving the last drive of the game.
On that one.
And now the Dolphins moved to 2-0, look like probably the most dominant team in the AFC, if not in the entire NFL, with their being first in basically all offensive statistics. They move atop the AFC East and take that crown right now from the Bills, who have had it for a while. They may be able to keep that up this season, but as of right now, they're at the top there, while the Bills still are, dealing with that Week 1 loss against the Jets. So I don't know what you saw from Sunday's game. Are the Patriots in trouble?
I'm thinking maybe. I think they lost this game because of the turnovers again, right? Mac Jones threw an interception there late in the game, right down. It was almost he threw it. They intercepted it right near the goal line there. I mean, it was right to the guy. That was bad. That turnover really hurt them a lot. And then the other thing that I think hurt them a lot was the running game of Miami. Miami had 145 yards on the ground, right? From the guy, what's his name, Mostert?
Raheem Mostert, yeah.
Yeah, Mostert. He's no world beater. I don't think that Tua was really the reason. He had 244 yards passing. He was 21 of 30, which is pretty good, right? But they only converted 10 third downs. I guess they didn't have many third downs because they were driving the ball right down the field,
right,
all the time. And the Patriots, come on, 3 points in 3 quarters. 3 quarters of the game, they only scored 3 points. Then they scored 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Then it was too late. They got to get their offense going, and the defense can't be out on the field 3 quarters of the game either. Well, actually, the time of possession was pretty even, about 30 minutes each. So, it's a game the Patriots could have won. Again, they could have won last week, too. They muffed it with Booty not getting his foot down there. If that had been Parker, maybe he would have gotten it down. Now he's playing. Booty was not even, did he dress? I don't think so.
Booty was a healthy scratch.
He was a healthy scratch, yeah. Well, Douglas was in there, right?
There's something interesting about Douglas that the reporters found that I don't know if you know, but I'll talk about it in my rant.
So the Patriots had played well enough to win in both weeks. They got to get it going earlier in the game. Last week they turned the ball over twice in the first part of the game, and they did get it going in the second quarter. And this week they did nothing in the first quarter again. They didn't do anything really for 3 quarters of the game. They only had 3 points. They got to get it going sooner. They got to come out hot. I mean, when back in Brady's day, they always scored on the first drive. First drive, they took the ball right down the field, and they set the tone. That's what the Patriots got to do, and we'll see. They play the Jets this week, right?
I believe they play the Jets this week.
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting. I mean, Brady. Belichick has always had Zach Wilson's number. That's for sure.
2 touchdowns, 7. Or it might be 2 touchdowns, 9 picks. I think.
9 picks. And we'll talk about the Jets later on.
Oh yeah. Friday's going to be a good show.
That's a must-win for the Patriots. I must say, if they go 0-3,
and you lose to Zach Wilson,
then they're in deep trouble. Then
absolutely,
yeah, they got to find a way to win this game.
Because in the game after that, you go play at Dallas.
Yeah,
they're gonna get killed. Yeah. They're gonna get killed. I'll say this: the Patriots against Miami had no 20+ yard plays. Couldn't get the ball down the field. The largest play.
Max Jones's yards per pass 4.3.
It was bad. It was bad.
I mean, he has a great high percentage, 31 of 42, but he's throwing the ball like 4 yards every time. That's pretty easy to complete those.
Yeah, right? No, he had I have the number here. I'll bring it up in a second, but they had one play longer than 14 yards, which was a Mac Jones scramble in the fourth quarter, a Mac Jones run in the fourth quarter. In the entire game, they averaged 4.1 yards a play. Here's a little bit of context here. So in 2022, the worst team in the NFL, the Houston Texans, they averaged 4.7 yards per play. So at the current moment, at least in this game, the Patriots were less efficient than the worst team in football last season.
It stinks.
Their offensive line is abysmal. So
they can't open a hole for a runner.
That is true.
There's no running game. They have no running game. That makes it tougher for Mac Jones.
They are the worst run blocking team in the NFL. They are 27th in pass block. Also, so talking about Demario Douglas here. So after that Demario Douglas fumble extremely early in the game, he didn't play a single offensive snap after that. Immediately got put in Belichick's doghouse. And Belichick, he got asked that a lot in the post-game conference. And he shoved it off like, oh yeah, we played everybody. We played our skill players. And he's like, and then they were honing in on Belichick about this situation. And one reporter made like the statement like, you do realize he never played another offensive snap. He's like, well, he caught punts. Like that changes, exactly what happened. No, I mean, I don't know what exactly this is, but to bench, he's a 6th round pick, made the roster. He's probably your most explosive player, like speed wise, and to bench him.
No, but look who they have ahead of him, right? I mean, he's lucky he's been in there as much as he has.
He's the fastest wide receiver they probably have.
Okay,
right now.
But Parker is probably better than him, don't you think?
I really don't. I don't think he's that much better.
Okay, but Schuster?
He's terrible.
Oh, come on. He last year he had 960 yards
with
receiving.
Patrick Mahomes throwing and a competent offensive line, so Mahomes can get him the ball.
Okay, but that doesn't mean he's bad.
He's dealing with injuries. Yeah, right? He's injury prone.
But he was out there.
He was out there more than he was. Yeah.
And then you have what's his name? Kendrick Bourne. So those 3 receivers are going to be ahead of the rookies.
Yeah, well, I found it interesting that Booty was a healthy scratch, but that could be because
plus Parker Douglas had his chance. He fumbled the ball.
It was a bad fumble too. Yeah. So like I said before, they're the worst run blocking team in the National Football League. They are 27th in pass blocking. However, to put this on Mac Jones is like you're not watching. You're simply looking at the amount of points they scored and said, okay, they scored 17 against the Dolphins. They scored 20 against the Eagles. That's Mac Jones' fault. That just isn't even the case whatsoever. So Mac Jones, if we're talking about how bad the offensive line is, the offensive line is responsible for 90+% of Mac Jones pressures this season so far. 90%. So that means, actually, I think it's more than that. Because I think if I looked at the number correctly, the allowed pressures, actually I have it right here. That's fortunate. The allowed pressures for Mac Jones is actually way less than I thought. 6.3% of Mac Jones' 32 pressures is due to him just standing in the pocket and letting the pressure get to him. So that's like 94% of the pressure responsibility is on the offensive line. The offensive line is truly abysmal. He's the 2nd most pressure quarterback. He's the most blitzed and most hurried quarterback. So it doesn't even matter. And in this game, I have the number here. When he got blitzed, this is how bad the offensive line was at picking up a blitz or at least stopping it. The time to throw when Mac Jones was blitzed was 1.8 seconds. 1.8 seconds for a play to develop, for Mac Jones to find an open receiver and to get it to him. That is impossible for any quarterback. It doesn't matter if you're Brady, Mahomes, Burrow, Hurts. Joe Montana, Terry Brad. It doesn't matter. If you have basically 1.5 seconds to get the ball and throw it to an open guy when the play isn't even there, you have to have ESP, and you have to be so in sync with your receiver, you basically have to be the same person thinking on the exact same wavelength. It's impossible to do. It is actually impossible to do. And not only that, Mac Jones, under pressure, this is not also about him just crumbling under pressure and him faulting. He's the 6th highest rated passer when throwing under pressure. Hell, I wonder, I'm surprised it's not higher because basically most of his throws are under pressure. So to say this is Mac Jones' fault is not fair to say.
Who's saying that? I'm not saying it.
Social media.
Oh, yeah?
Quote-unquote Patriots fans already, once again, as expected,
picking on Mac Jones.
Want Mac Jones to be gone after every little mistake, but that's how it is. I decided to look at the film because I saw on the replay, and we brought up to beginning to start this topic, that 4th and 4 play, and at the very top of the screen on the broadcast, you could see something very interesting, and I was waiting for the all-22 to come out, and this is exactly what I found. So I want you to look. The bottom of the screen is close. It would be sort of a jump ball that could potentially be a catch for Kendrick Bourne. But I want you to look at the top of the screen, and sorry for the listeners, Spotify listeners, YouTube.com if you want to see this exact play, but it's on the 4th and 4 at the top of the screen. That is Devontae Parker. If he just had a little bit more time, Devontae Parker was wide open for a first down and more. We'll replay it again. Let's replay it. So look at the top screen there.
Yeah.
Devontae Parker breaks free. He's wide open for 3 or 4 yards. And that's shocking because you talked about the interception. I don't hate that play. I hate the way Devontae Parker took that route. And it shouldn't surprise me because Devontae Parker, I think the past 3 seasons, has had the lowest amount of separation in the entire NFL. So he can't separate from nobody. He took the worst route because it wasn't like a straight shot. I forgot who the cornerback was. Right from the jump, he had the upper hand because Devontae Parker didn't seal the inside. He went to the outside toward the sideline, so the margin of error is very, very small. Like to finally succeed that pass, very, very small chance. I don't hate the play. It's a throw-up play. And by the way, to say that cost the game is also a little bit unfair. That was late in the 3rd quarter. You still had a whole another quarter of play. The defense, they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the run. So there's a lot of things factored in here, but I really think combined with the tough schedule, that's the big thing. Their schedule is, you see some places where it's the 3rd hardest in the league. Some say that it's the hardest in the NFL. Just based on the schedule alone, it's going to be very difficult for the Patriots to, come out on top of a lot of these games. But it's not like they're actually getting smothered by these great teams. They've been in these past 2 games. Their defense has showed up surprisingly, and I got to be honest here. I bashed Christian Gonzalez last week. He didn't look that good. He looked phenomenal in this game. I mean, he smoked Tyreek Hill. I was nervous because Jonathan Jones is usually the one that does a great job against Tyreek Hill. Christian Gonzalez shut him down, basically. And he also had that beautiful, you can see it on the all-22, Jabril Peppers and Christian Gonzalez swapped places. So Jabril Peppers was that, the cornerback, and he had Christian Gonzalez be the deep safety. And that was the interception play. Christian Gonzalez played that beautifully. He basically forced, Tua says, hey, test me. Tyreek's right behind me. Throw it to him, and he got that interception. So I got to hand to Christian Gonzalez. He played phenomenal in this game. And you know what? When you play well, I will give you your flowers. But if you get smoked, regardless of who it is, it's unfortunate that first game you ever played in the NFL in a real game was A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, but you did kind of get smoked. So, I'm going to call you out. But when you go up against, the fastest receiver in pads and lock him down, there you go. I'll give you your flowers. So, trouble, I don't know. Unfortunate outcomes in 2 straight games, yes. And
don't you think the Jets wins is a must-win for them? If they go
morally,
0-3,
morally, yeah,
0-3, and then they're playing Dallas.
No, here's the thing: Dallas is going to kill them. I'm saying that Dallas will kill them. There is a 0% chance with that offensive line. Think about it.
But will Dallas be able to score much against the Patriots defense? I don't know.
I mean, think about what the Jets did to the Bills in week 1. I mean, the Bills don't have a bad defense at all.
Yeah, they don't have.
What about the Jets defense? We saw what the Jets did. Dallas put 30 on that defense. 30. And Sauce got cooked. Sauce was there were some bad misses by Sauce. He almost actually had a pick six, but he dropped it. But I don't know that Dallas defense. It's going to be scary. They're up against three really tough defenses because the Saints. They have a very, very good defense. Surprisingly, very good defense this season.
The Saints are 2-0.
They are 2-0. Derek Carr, though, has not looked like I'd hoped he looked. So there's a chance you pulled that one away.
Still getting used to the offense.
That is a fair assumption. So I don't know. It's going to be difficult to see whether or not the Patriots could come out on top in the clutch. But as of right now, I would say right now they are indeed
2 winnable games, and they lost them both.
Yeah, it is quite unfortunate. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, if you want to check out the full episode, make sure you click the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to listen to this show anywhere you go, make sure you go to anchor.fm/The Harvey Hour or anywhere you get your podcasts.